Welcome back to the run of 8 of today's Go4SC2 Cup, and yeah, we have a TVT incoming right here. The first map of the series will be New Gettysburg, and spawning to the top, to the bottom right, we can find the blue Terran player. He is representing Africa, and his name is KeeN. And yeah, he's going for pretty much the standard build. We will see one Reaper, I guess, right there. And over to the bottom left, we can find his opponent. He's taking the yellow color right here. Not having a team, apparently. And his name is Ziggy. And he is not going for standard stuff. You can see no barracks over here, but being built right here. So, don't exactly know what the thought process behind the placement of the barracks is. Maybe he wants KeeN into scouting that there would be no barracks or a pretty late one or whatever. So, I don't know, KeeN would somehow switch up his play and Ziggy might get an advantage or something. Maybe he just wanted to have his Reaper coming in from the right hand side when KeeN was, I don't know, somewhat around this area, so he can maybe get some more shots off or something. Or maybe take out the Reaper. But yeah, I think if that was the thought process, I think he wouldn't have put over his Reaper that fast. But anyways, we have the Reaper out for both players. Both players are 22 workers, as you can see. And second base is on the way, as well as factories just finishing and starports starting. So we have a mirror match at its best. The only thing that was different was like the positioning of the first barrack, and that's it. And we can see some, I don't know, did I? Ah, okay, it was Ziggy. Ziggy is going for a second starport being built in the bottom left. So, yeah, maybe, I don't know, he's getting for, he's going for Hellions right here. So we might see some Hellion drops, and also, oh no, and as I say this, he's going for the tech level, and I just wanted to mention that maybe he would be going for Banshees as well, with the back starport right here. Maybe, I don't know, in my mind, it would have made sense to take the reactor to this starport, so if KeeN is scouting around this area, then he would like, I don't know, his thought process would be like, okay, there's a reactor, so most likely there will be medivacs from this Stargate, starport. But for now, he's like going for the starport in the back. And he's actually not even going for a Banshee, he's going for a Raven. Oh boy. Let's go over to the other side where we only have one Viking being built. We have some Hellions right here and the drop. So we will have some pressure at the front while the army of Ziggy is waiting in the bottom right of his base. And we'll just reposition right now. And yeah, with the number of Hellions, I guess Ziggy will be able to hold this easily. The question is, what is he actually going for? Double Viking, more Hellions. So with double Viking production, the clear thing to go for is the high ground advantage. Maybe he's going for a push by like having more Vikings than his opponent, so you can take out the Viking of KeeN. Then he wants to have the high ground vision as well, with more Vikings there. And with the Ravens, he could just put down some point defense drones or whatever, and then just walk up the ramp to take out lots of units, and then potentially win the game with that one. KeeN in the meantime going for a third base. Halfway through already, and we have a drop. Oh, but yeah, KeeN is like, okay, this is not going to work. Too much stuff down here, so he's flying to the other side again. But this, yeah, this looks kind of messy for Ziggy now. We have one tank here for KeeN. He's building a bunker now, so he knows, yeah, there's something coming my way and I need something to defend here. The question is, will he... No, there will be no chance to delay the third base. One of the Hellions will fall instantly, and now we see Ziggy just running in right here. The tank is getting some good shots off. We see missile auto turrets being placed, and actually this looks pretty good for Ziggy. He's up 30 to 12 army supply, 26, 30 to 8, 9. KeeN is trying to repair his tank, but will this be enough? The auto turret is trying to get it down. It's repaired so hardly, and now the SCVs are getting this stuff done. All of the Hellions are down, but Ziggy still up in terms of army supply. What are his units actually? It's just the Vikings and the the Ravens. So actually he has nothing to attack KeeN at the moment, but still Ziggy took out some workers and has a 12 worker lead at the moment. His third command center though is just started. So KeeN, I think with producing 3 workers at a time, KeeN could easily erase that disadvantage that he gained through this attack, and saturate his third base even before Ziggy will be able to do so, since he does not have the command center then. So what else? We have the armory for Ziggy and some more factories. So we will stay on mech play for the yellow Terranier. And oh, there actually is a Banshee. I completely missed about that. 6, 7 worker kills. That's pretty nice. Oh boy, now it's been taken out, but that was a good catch, man. 7 or 8 worker kills with 1 Banshee being there. Good job by Ziggy again. And still holding the 12 worker advantage there. And his third command center is about to finish its upgrade right now to be an orbital. So it will be flown over soon. We have the oversaturation right here at the second base already, so he will transfer the workers as soon as the command center is landed, and then that's it. We have the saturation over there. Yes, he will be up to 4 factories in a second. He's going for the ship weapon upgrade, or vehicle weapons. Okay, ship weapons is the air upgrade, I think. Or it's like the naming is the ship weapon is the air upgrade, but let's watch this drop coming into the top left hand side of the map. Oh, and this medevac is going to go down. So he could lift the Marines, but he couldn't save them. So taking a look at the worker numbers, we can see that KeeN has almost equaled out the worker disadvantage, but still is behind in terms of army supply. And with also taking into account that Ziggy is going for mech and also and KeeN is going for bio, this might be a good thing for Ziggy, depending on how his units or his unit composition will be. With only having Hellions, this might not really work at all. But if he can mix in more tanks, and he's going for more and more Ravens, he has 5 at the moment, so there will be some auto turrets, there might be some point defense drones, and with some tanks being there, he also has the range that he needs somehow. And we see he's trying to get in and try to take out a lot of air units there. So the medevacs, he might just take out all of the medevacs to actually deny some tank evac action from happening, and also deny healing to all of the bio units. Oh, the Vikings on the left hand side going to take out the medevacs, and we see the auto turrets going down next to the command center. The units coming from the bottom are being taken out, but their tanks also fall. The bio units of KeeN are still there, and he will take out at least 2, all 3 Ravens it is. So Ziggy, trying to push in there, worked somehow, but not the way he wanted it to work, or not. He didn't get as much value out of the push that he wanted, I guess. But he still has the advantage right here. He's not really leading in terms of army supply or whatever, but he has a pretty huge worker lead. He's also going for 2 more command centers over here, and has his 4th base finished. So yeah, he might have some good things going on economically, but we see KeeN going in right here. He dodges the army completely. There's nothing to greet the army coming in right here by KeeN, and the supply depots, even the special supply depot, being taken out now. The Liberator cannot do anything. It's taken out the reactor, and he will do quite some good damage. The tank might fall as well, and yeah, some more. I mean, the value of the units right here is pretty big. Takes out some more workers, will take out another reactor right there. Auto turrets being spawned, and now the army is down. But this was a pretty okay push. He got through the bottom half right here, or I don't know, he dropped maybe. I didn't even see it, but he dropped to, or went into the 2nd base, and yeah, did a pretty okay job there. But overall, still Ziggy has the better position right here. With having 4 bases, while KeeN is just building his 4th, or just flew it over. We see Ziggy is sacking this base, so he doesn't want to lose more than he needs to. And yeah, you can see KeeN going for the 4th base right there. We have another command center from Ziggy over here and over here, so he has a lot of bases. And the question is, can he defend all of those bases he has with the mech, the slow mech stuff he actually was choosing to play? Because KeeN is going for the bio stuff. He's having at least 2 squads of bio units across the map. One will be here trying to take out this command center. There's one tank trying to guard that a little bit. Another one was going through the bottom lane right here, but is going back as well. And yeah, KeeN actually having the army lead at the moment. So Ziggy needs some more units, and I think especially he needs more units to actually block what KeeN has. I mean, tanks are pretty good against bio, but if the bio, and especially with some a good amount of marauders in there, is able to somehow connect to the tanks, then it's not that good anymore. It's okay, but it doesn't have to work with a lot of tanks. So it all comes down to positioning, and oh, we see another drop actually coming in to the 3rd base right here. And yeah, he's trying to take as much value out of this, and he's taking out more and more workers here. Ziggy losing more and more workers. He's down to 40 workers at the moment, even dropping lower a little bit. And oh boy, yeah, the Vikings are having a good time against the Medivacs, but overall, yeah, you can see that's it for game number 1. Ziggy leaves the game, and KeeN takes map number 1. Yeah, welcome back. Map number 2 in this series will be Frozen Temple. Spawning to the top left hand side, the guy with the match point. This is the red Terran player, Freaka KeeN. And yeah, he's pretty much going for the standard stuff here with the Reaper and the expansion. Ziggy is trying to, his opponent is trying to delay that a little bit. Spawning to the bottom right hand side, there he is, the yellow Terran player. This is Ziggy. Putting up some mech play in game number 1, and now we see some Proxy Reaper actually being built over here. But KeeN, I don't know if he knows Ziggy somehow, but he's keeping his Reaper at home. There's no scouting for him, except for an SCV scout, I guess, if there is the command center, or if the command center has been started. Yeah, we have second barracks in the main base, so 2 Reapers at a time being built. Factory now being started for Ziggy. So let's see what he will be doing with his at least 3 Reapers. He's at 5, or he's at 3, building 2 more, so you will be at 5. So there will be more and more Reapers, and maybe this might be a thing he actually could get through with, but not like the micro he's doing. Man, what's going on right there? I mean, I completely can understand why Ziggy is doing that. I mean, with KeeN playing from America, from Korea, he might have some delay which can be abused by doing micro intensive things like going for Reapers, and you have to control your units pretty well also to defend them, especially in the early game while having low unit counts. But if you're just jumping up and down the ramps or the cliffs while your opponent is standing in the way, able to shoot at you, then this is not the best position to be in. But yeah, still we have a Viking in production, a Medivac now, 2 more Reapers, so there will be more and more Reapers on the map for Ziggy. Command center, second command center now being started, so he's somehow transitioning at least, but he's going for more Reapers at the moment. And yeah, KeeN in the meantime has his starport finished and will be in position with the Liberator soon, so he can at least, I don't know if you want to siege the Liberator in kind of like this area, so the Reapers don't get in there, or if you maybe want to go into this position, but yeah, let's see how he's handling it. We still have Ziggy going for 2 Reapers at a time, so he's working out a higher Reaper count. Good move by KeeN, saving his units by just lifting them with the Medivac. Liberator is on the map now, and this might actually equal out the unit disadvantage a little bit. Will there be a repair even? I don't know. Okay, he's dropping to the main base. Oh boy, the Hellions are there. He's even getting to shoot his mines to his own Reapers, so he's getting into them. The Hellions are down, and it doesn't exactly look bad for Ziggy. He's doing a good job. The worker count is going down a little bit for KeeN, and let's not forget about the fact that this not only is getting down some workers, but also is lost mining time by a lot. I mean, the second base is not being saturated at all. We have 3 Vikings there, 3 Ravens, Reapers. Oh man, I'm getting this mixed up a little bit. But still, he's taking out more and more workers, and there's no counter-aggression at all. KeeN being down to 17 workers, so Ziggy might have put himself in a pretty good position here. His command center is finished. Will be flown over in a second. He's going for 2 more barracks, and he actually has built a 3rd command center in the meantime. Oh boy, I didn't even see that starting in the production tab due to just, yeah, seeing the battle on screen. But yeah, you will have, or we will have a 3 base setting from Ziggy pretty soon. I mean, he might just use that for building some more workers for now. But yeah, having the command center to start the 3rd base just when you're able to saturate it a little bit, that's pretty nice. And KeeN for now is investing in some army. So let's see if there will be a pretty big push then off of 2 bases from KeeN. I would say that isn't unlikely at all. And Ziggy's going for the 3rd base now, adding the reactor to his starport. We have KeeN going for the Liberator harassment in just a second, also going for a drop coming through the bottom, but there will be a Viking from Ziggy. Oh boy, 3 kills, that's okay. 4 kills, but yeah, no more reaction over here, so that might be taken out of the game pretty soon. 3rd command center on the way for KeeN in the meantime, and he also has built a Banshee, so we will have more harassment going on from our Red Terran. And yeah, the first thing coming in at the moment will be the Medivac to the main base. And yeah, this will deal some damage, at least deny the mining for quite some time here. But what can he actually do? Will he try to take out the Viking maybe? Doesn't seem like he wants to. 2 Vikings are there, and he might just unload the Marines right there. Okay, his Medivac just falls. And Scan goes down to take out the Banshee, and he gets it before it's out of range. So yeah, Ziggy taking a good defense, I would say, at least. Yeah, there are some more Marines, but they're not doing that much anymore. We have the 3rd base up for Ziggy already. Command center is not an operative for KeeN for the 3rd base, and it's not flown over. The worker count, though, is in favor of KeeN, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, worker skill is pretty impressive here, 24 to 21 in favor of KeeN. So both players taking out a lot of workers there. We have another Banshee approaching the bases of Ziggy now. And he's actually going for the Marines there. That's a nice thing. Will he just attack the command center? No, he will not. But let's go over to the other side where we have a fight happening, and KeeN actually not having the big army that he needs to fight this, I think. It will... Okay, Ziggy just lost all of his Marines to the tank. That's not what he wanted to do. Okay, we'll take out the tank now. Good job. But KeeN... Yeah, the Banshee is back, so it has a good shot to just do what it wants to do. KeeN placing a depot at the top to scout incoming potential drops or whatever might go through that way. And yeah, you can see 3 barracks with reactors, so we have lots of Marines. We will have lots of Marines for Ziggy on the map pretty shortly. And finally KeeN is going over with the command center to take his third base. He's up to 52 workers now, leading with just 1, but yeah, it's okay to have like 50, 52, 53 workers for those players at the moment. Another barracks, 2 more barracks for KeeN. And upgrade wise, we see both players at +1 at the moment, researching +2. And yeah, KeeN is just going for the marine shields, for the combat shields, which Ziggy has already finished. And it seems like Ziggy wants to go for an attack through the bottom lane, but yeah, there was a marine scouting that, so KeeN will be able to position his army right here. 2 Vikings and 1 Banshee. So yeah, we just have 1 Viking for Ziggy, which means the ESL priority will be on KeeN's side of things. And yeah, he just goes back. I don't know. Going through his mind, there might be the thought like KeeN is just sending in 1 Marine at a time to just check out if he's still there. So he might have positioned there already with no chance for him to fly in. And oh man, does he see that? Oh, he sees the things flying in and coming into the top already as well. And Ziggy is coming in with 2 attacks right here. But still, the units are there. Tanks are being sieged, but the scan reveals everything. And yeah, 1 drop will go to the main base. We have the tanks waiting at the top, repositioning the tanks. KeeN is repositioning his tanks at the second base location. Ziggy is just moving in here. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to go for. Move commanding those units. I don't know, maybe he was microing the units in the main base, but there are a lot of turrets. So the medivacs are being taken out pretty easily and all of the units are down already. Yo, those tanks, sorry, those tanks just falling to the Marines. I don't know, I think he might just have clicked the F2 all army select button and yeah, they were just going that way somehow. But this, yeah, it was a nice thought of Ziggy to approach the bases of KeeN from different angles and stuff, but KeeN was set up on point, man. He saw the army being coming in from the bottom quite some times. Ziggy was trying to fake drop back there and, I don't know, try another attack to the top. But it doesn't work, simply. It didn't work. And yeah, now we are back in a situation where still Ziggy has the worker advantage with 60 over 53. But KeeN having the army advantage by just a little bit. Both players not really having a bank, so they're just taking care of their macro pretty well. And yeah, this little scout spot right there, those Marines are getting down. And KeeN going for the 4th command center. Do we have... No, we don't have a 4th command center for Ziggy finished already. And yeah, KeeN, I think we see... Yeah, sometimes he's going for sensor turrets, so he really wants to know when his opponent is approaching his base. There were some scouting Marines there, not really doing that much to the massive Marines KeeN actually has. Oh, and this one is having a bad time though. Yeah, and this KeeN is all over the map, man. He's just sending one Marine everywhere, so he really has most of the running patterns or the runways to go through the map. So Ziggy will be seen all on every way. I don't know. There's no way he can dodge those Marines and not get a scan thrown down on top of his head or on top of his army. Yeah. Also, those Marines, they are not going to have a good time, man. And it's just training some Marines here and there. And let's take a look at the upgrades again. KeeN actually being at 2-2, which are just finished at this very moment as well for Ziggy. So we have the equal situation in terms of upgrades for both players. And both of them are in the middle of the map. And yeah, more or less with the same army supply. We have 55 to 61 Marines favoring Ziggy there. Yeah, let's see how that turns out. Both players going for the +3 attack. Oh, might get some shots down there. Takes out some Marines at least. And oh boy, lift your tanks, man, lift your tanks. You don't want to fight in that position, or do you? Okay, the tanks are not really... The tanks on the left hand side have not been attacked that well. And yeah, the high ground vision was there for KeeN, and he takes out a lot of stuff from Ziggy. So Ziggy leaves the game, and KeeN takes the series 2-0.